This place is amazing, everybody.
These are very hard to come by. This is the durian Atamoya. Well, I've been here for a long time, and you have people that plant trees, and if they don't fruit the next year, they want to take them out because they're not fruiting. They don't understand. I have trees that I've been waiting for fruit on for 12 years on that one. This is some Atamoyas I have left. Different Jaboticabas. That's the red one. It gets a little bit of sun. This is the blue grape. This is a white Jabo. This is my miracle fruit for seed. Lemon zest, quite a few lemon zests are starting to look good. There's some fruit punch down there. I'm still at $50 on the 7 gallons.
Wow.
So nobody else is at 50, you know.
What's your personal favorite tasting avocado?
Oro Negro and Brogdon. I like Brogdon. I don't care about the seed. Everybody says, oh, the seed's too big in it just to meet the red flesh ratio is no good. It's phenomenal.
Hello everybody, here we are. This is Mike and we're at Trees and More, and this place is amazing, and Mike is going to show us around his orchard today and his nursery. He sells trees. If you want to get a fruit tree, you're not going to find a nursery that has the best quality trees at a cheaper price than what he has them for here. And a lot of work goes into it. He grafts much of it himself, so you know you're getting what he says it is. I love this place. Now, if you come here in the summertime, these trees that we're going to show you today are loaded with fruit. And if you just happen to come at the right time, you'll get to taste some of them. But definitely, I'm going to put the link below to Mike's Facebook page. Sign up for that because he always has special deals on there. Mike, you're going to show us around today at your farm, huh?
Oh yeah. There's and I enjoy doing this. Like I told you, I enjoy talking with you. I enjoy my customers. It's you know, it's a fun business. It's a good thing to do.
Yes, me as somebody who loves to learn about fruit trees, Mike is a world of education. I got to have him on for a live Q&A one night because it's so much. But I'm going to put some links below that I did previously with Mike. Please click on those because they're some of my best videos of all the videos I have out here. So click on those and you'll learn a bunch. And today we're going to look around here and check it out. So thanks for having us, and here we go.
Yeah, well, like I said before, though, you know, you got some of the smartest people in the world right here in South Florida. I mean, you know, Dr. Crane, I get to talk to him all the time. Chris Rollins used to be at the Spice Park. I had lunch with him. I've had lunch and dinner with Harb before. These guys know what they're talking about, and you know, you listen to them and you learn. I mean, like I said, I learn a lot from other people.
All right, everybody, check it out. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Here we are back at Trees and More. This is Mike. How you doing, Mike?
I'm fine. How have you been?
I've been doing great. I'm so excited to come back here because your trees are amazing. So I just wanted to give my viewers an update and see what you're working on.
I think the last time you were here was last October or whatever when we trimmed the jujube back, and I put all the fruit on the ground, and then we'll show them that tree out there because it's beautiful now.
Wonderful.
Cut them back to nothing. Let's just go ahead and start right here since we're here. This is a project that we're doing now. These will go out sometime this year. This whole table over here is all Cherimoya rootstock. Half of this table is Cherimoya rootstock. That's all for grafting. Some of it will be this year. Some of it will be too small. I have probably 100 or so over there from last year, which would make them this is their second year. A lot of the stuff on these tables is for grafting. This is star fruit. That's all to be grafted. Cantostels, they're to be grafted. There's some mamey I'm going to play with. Loquats. Okay, here's one, and this probably connect with your other video that you did. This is the persimmons. Now these came off a place up near Kenansville. We picked the wild seed up there. I'm pretty well convinced that that's the problem with a lot of the persimmons here is the rootstock. I know, I think it was Julian or somebody that was saying, or you were saying on one of your videos, that Triumph and this South Florida persimmon, tropical persimmon, Hudson, they're all the same name, all three?
No, I was saying the tropical is Hudson,
Yeah.
and Triumph is
And
different.
South Florida is
South
another.
Florida, I mean, I'm calling
Yeah.
tropical South Florida, but South Florida is different.
Yeah.
Where Triumph, no, Triumph and Hudson are the same.
No.
South Florida and Hudson are the same, but Triumph.
South
is different.
Florida, that's what Zill called it.
Yeah.
Tropical is what Zill called it. Hudson was the name before
Yes.
Zill renamed it.
Correct.
Triumph is just an old variety that's been around for a while.
But those are typically the two that do well.
They
down
do
here.
they do well here. I had a boy in Port St. Lucie. He had all kinds. This is all seeds that came off of up there. You can see this will either be next year or the year after. Everybody thinks, oh, you have the seeds, you're going to plant them, it's going to be real quick. These seeds were picked last year in October off the same place. These probably won't be ready to do this March. These seeds will stay in the refrigerator until March, and then we'll plant the seeds, and then probably the next year it'd be 26 that we will try to graft them if they're big enough then. So, you know.
Now, do you have the actual Triumph or South Florida or Hudson trees?
I have one small tree of my own, like you have the smaller tree at your house. I have two trees in the field out there. We're a little cooler up here sometimes. The leaves are starting to look ratty now. I think I caught in your video that you said they drop their leaves in the summer. They drop their leaves in the winter.
Oh, sorry, the winter,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But this is a project, long-term projects. These things don't happen overnight, and people wonder why they're $50. I even have to stay high on these things. And you know, my prices on a lot of stuff are the most inexpensive out there. This one, and down there at the end of the table down there, that's the jujube. That is a pain to do. You have to pick the seed. You have to store the seed. Then you have to clean it. Then you got to crack the seed open and get the seed out of the hard shell for it to sprout.
Well, let me ask you about these. So the persimmon rootstock, it came from a tree that had wild persimmons on it, right?
Yeah, that's the same place we picked the seed from. The same places I got these seeds this year. These came from.
And is that known to be a good rootstock?
Good rootstock. It's the wild persimmon. It's a small fruit. It's loaded with seeds. It's very astringent. You put it in your mouth, even when it's jelly, ripe, whatever, it's still astringent. It's not very good to eat. But it is a good rootstock.
Even for down here?
Even for down here. This is coming off, like I say, yep, Kissimmee, Kenansville. There's a ranch out there.
Now, what about people that say black zapote is a good rootstock?
They'll take, but they won't live. They die out. It's not a long-term crop. If you had nothing else to put it on and you just wanted to keep it, you might put it on there. It might stay alive long enough for you to get the budwood off of it next time. But
I think Julian has a one he used for rootstock called, was it
Virginiana, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the same one. If it's a small fruit, just loaded with seeds, very astringent, you can't even eat the fruit when it turns to jelly. It's terrible.
Sure. Now, I've tasted wild persimmon up in Pennsylvania. That was really small, but it was absolutely delicious.
Well, I've never had any of these that were good.
Oh, they were delicious. They were small, and I remember it was...
See, and that's the thing. Just because they have the same name, Virginiana, they're different. They're from up north. They do okay up north.
Yeah.
And I've bought some of these that are grafted up there and bring them down here. I can buy from Tennessee. I can get all the persimmons you want. You buy them out of Tennessee, you get them here, in a year or two, they're dead.
Now, speaking of that, the actual fruit, I know a farm in Georgia that I just was at, and I ordered the fruit, the Fuyu persimmon. Some people say, I know there's a certain amount of chill hours it needs. Are you north enough to grow Fuyu here or no? No, okay.
No. But like I say, the guy up in Port St. Lucie, he was in the Treasure Coast Fruit Club with me. I went to so many nurseries. You know, that was my job, doing the sales and everything, so I would go to different nurseries. And if I found a different persimmon, I would buy it for him. He had the Sajo, which it means the very best. Sajo's delicious. He had Triumph. I don't know if they had the South Florida one out available at that time or not. This was a while back. I went up to his house and looked at the trees. Gorgeous. 10-foot tall, solid, 12-foot across, beautiful trees, loaded with fruit. All different kinds.
Wow.
But I don't have that luck. And I've tried it because I think they're phenomenal. I'm like you. I think they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're excellent.
If we have the chance, we'll go by and see a tree that's loaded with fruit right now.
Oh, that'd be special.
It's on the way you're home, and you're supposed to do a video of this lady's yard sometime too. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's talked to you about it before.
Okay, great.
And it's on your way home, so maybe we can do it.
Now, as for the Adamoyas that you have here, Cherimoya rootstock, Cherimoya won't grow here in South Florida. That's a California fruit, correct?
It will grow here. We use it for rootstock. It's excellent rootstock, but they're just very hard. I ain't going to say it doesn't fruit here. They will fruit. You may get one or two fruits. Then there's a couple varieties, I don't remember the names of them, that will fruit better than others. I had one underneath the ice cream bean for years, never fruited. Just, they don't fruit well. I think it's because of the humidity, where they grow in California and up in the mountains.
So what are you going to put on the rootstock for the Cherimoyas? What's your plan?
All the Adamoyas.
Adamoyas, okay.
Yeah, we'll put Adamoyas on them. I have a couple of the pond apple up there. You got 1 second?
Yeah.
Well, I can show you this is what we're doing here. I have pond apple, which we went ahead and put custard apple on, and that will be the inner stock. And then next year, in the spring, okay, this is pond apple. This is custard apple. We will graft the Adamoya onto the custard apple, and that way it will live. If you graft Adamoya onto pond apple, it won't live forever. It'll live for a while, but they don't live forever.
Amazing.
They die out.
Amazing.
Incompatibility. So, and we're doing these for this lady that we're going to go look at her yard maybe. She has some wet spots. I have some wet spots in my field, and you have seen my Adamoyas. They were gorgeous for a long time, and then we got 20-something inches of rain, and they went downhill.
Speaking of custard apples, do you have custard apples grafted here, like for sale?
Not now.
Okay, but are you going to do some on? So
yeah,
the custard apple will take on the mountain.
On the pond apple.
Pond apple, it will take.
Yeah. Now I do have.
How'd you figure that out?
That's like it's other people.
Okay.
Other growers that have done it.
Okay.
I don't know if one of the boys on the West Coast, he has a place that's all in water, and his are all grafted like that.
Okay. All right.
So let's.
Another interesting thing about what I found out I don't know if you saw my video about the Annona family, the fruit has a neurotoxin in them that can create a problem. And always people have been promoting the leaves of the soursop as so health promoting, but I hear the neurotoxin is strongest in the leaves and the skin. And it's not healthy. So do you know anything about that?
Okay, I talked to Har at the show down there at the Rare Fruit Council show here in October. Talked to him about it because I had talked to Gary Zill about it before. There is a neurotoxin. It affects your nervous system. It's something that you don't want to drink every day, and that's what people are doing, and they don't realize this is medicine. This isn't something you just play with. A lot of pharmaceutical chemicals come from plants, and this is one of them. It's very strong. It's a cancer preventative or whatever, but if you have cancer, you're not worried about getting a little twitch from drinking.
It can lead to Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, what about the fruit, eating the fruit? Did he say how much of the fruit do you need to eat for it to be an issue?
Yeah, a lot. Way too much. That's just like, I told you, I have quit white sugar. I'm trying to, and you cannot get away from sugar. It's in everything. I don't drink sodas anymore. I'm not eating, I have the grandkids, I'm not eating any candy, no
Good,
Little
good.
Debbie's, none of that.
Good.
The wife would do the coffee, the whatever, I can't think of, but what they, the creamery type coffees. I quit drinking those because there was so much sugar and stuff in them.
Yeah.
But anything like that, if you do too much of it, it's no good. It's no good.
Yeah, but the neurotoxin, you talk about if you eat a lot of that fruit, well, between all the different Anonas out there, somebody who's growing their own trees could end up eating a lot of fruit.
Oh yeah, but that's the same thing as star fruit. They say it causes
yeah, if I had
damage.
a kidney issue, I wouldn't want to touch a star
My
fruit.
wife doesn't eat a lot of star fruit because of that. But I don't know any documented case of anybody ever dying from eating star fruit.
Well, the people with kidney issues.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. My wife doesn't eat it because she has one large kidney and one small one.
Yeah.
So she doesn't do it.
Okay.
Different jaboticabas. That's the red one. It gets a little bit of sun. This is the blue grape.
Now, the jabos, do they do better in pots or in the ground in your experience?
Both.
Both?
I mean, I had a big, huge Sabra in a 25-gallon pot, and it fruited. This is Truciflora. It flowered for us this year. 12 to 20 years, they say, for them to fruit. So we got flowers this year. We're hoping for fruit next.
Wow.
This is a white jabo. It's a good fruit. Up here is my old Sabara.
Wow.
That's maybe 35. It's about as old as the house. The house is 35. Could be a little bit older.
Where is it?
Right here.
Wow.
And it loads up with fruit.
How often do you trim it?
I thin it out. I thin it out so you can see through it. I mean, a lot of people haven't thinned out so much you just see the tree. But
now, if you wanted, I mean, it's too big to move there, but how do they transplant? Like, if you wanted to take one of those other ones and put them in a pot or move them, how do they transplant?
I would do a big ball, root prune it, and then do it a little bit in the winter. Of course, they don't really go too much dormant, so that's hard. This is my miracle fruit for seed.
And you keep it in a pot?
Yeah. That way I can flip it over if it gets whatever. It's full of flowers. We'll probably get a good crop this year.
What do you mean that way you can flip it over?
If when we get cold.
I got you.
Sometimes we do get cold here. I mean, I've been 24, 22.
How long did it take to grow this miracle fruit this tall in a pot?
I'd say it's 25, 30 years old.
Wow.
It's an old one.
That's wonderful.
This is the pumpkin pie. I know a lot of people have lost them. I don't fertilize it real heavy. I keep it watered in real well. It's loaded with flowers, and I guess it's a year or so before I'm going to see anything.
I had flowers on mine, and it died, and I still have one in the ground that's looking great. But my other one was looking great. This is very controversial on this, because everyone I know that has this in the ground, well, I know like 3 people, and they said they ended up dying on them.
Well, mine's staying in a pot.
There you go.
I'm going to go up from this pot to a bigger pot if I have to, but I think it can stay in there for a while.
This is interesting. This is a palm tree, but you have growing up it dragon fruit and also the Monstera deliciosa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excellent fruit. Excellent fruit.
And I see this all over your farm. I see 3 different patches at least.
Oh, I've got a underneath the ice cream bee. When we walk by, we'll see that. There's this tree. There's a tree over here you can see.
Yeah.
And then there's another tree. I have 3 trees with it growing up it. The only trouble is once it gets so high, it's hard to get the fruit.
And it kills the tree though, obviously, right?
It could hurt it, but it's not like a strangler fig or anything.
Will it grow up a pine tree? I have a big pine tree in my yard. Will it grow up that, you think?
I imagine, but it makes a good ground cover too. I mean, once your mangoes are decent size or whatever, you can use it as a ground cover underneath them. But that's that and that. Oh, let's head towards the nursery here, and we'll do that.
And what is this, 5 acres here?
Yeah, it's I go from Ranchwood Street to Ludlam, and then 330 feet across.
This place is amazing, everybody.
Well, I've been here for a long time, and you have people that plant trees, and if they don't fruit the next year, they want to take them out because they're not fruiting. They don't understand. I have trees that I've been waiting for fruit on for 12 years on that one. This is the older batch of cherimoya. I've got them kind of graded, the fatter ones, and then they get smaller. But this is what we'll use for rootstock.
All right, so everybody, this is Campbell White Sapote. Excited about that. How old is this tree here?
I got the budwood in June.
Okay, so tell us about White Sapote. Do you sell any other varieties?
As we go over there, I'll show you. I have one that's mine. And you'll say, "Oh, I'll take that one."
Yeah,
because it's multi-grafted. I've got several on it.
And they get fruit.
Oh yeah.
So what varieties are on there?
Oh, Redland, Subel, Bonita Springs. It is a Redland. I don't know.
I have Redlands and Subel fruiting at my house. I got a Bonita Springs that I'm about to put in the ground. Well, how's the taste of the Bonita Springs?
I had it. It's very good. Very good. Very good.
Nice.
And it's a Florida one, so you know to do okay here.
Have you tasted the other ones, Vernon or Denzler?
Vernon was one I believe they have at the Fruit and Spice Park. Yeah, I've had that. Vernon that's a woolly leaf one?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Well, I've had the woolly leaf too, and they have 3 or 4 big ones down there at the Spice Park. The big mangoes here, they're not ready yet at all. They'll probably be next March. These are my 7 gallons. Lemon zest, quite a few lemon zests are starting to look good. There's some fruit punch down there, whatever. I'm still at $50 on the 7 gallons.
Wow.
So nobody else is at 50. You know, I do sell them small. You can see any of the little holes in there where people have already taken some. Somebody took one of my P22s already. I've sold probably 10 out of there already, but we really haven't started to push them yet until they get a little bit rooted in better. This is all the small 3 gallons.
How much are you 3 gallons?
35.
35. Best price from a nursery you're going to find anywhere, everybody.
It's the same thing with the avocados. Now, all right, I do most of the work here myself. I do bring in some guys sometimes to help me weed, but right now with as slow as we are, I'm doing everything. These larger avocados, these are worts. I didn't weed them. I did these. This is some that I grafted. This is all different types that I grafted. This is a late Lula, and down there I think there's Oro Negro and a couple other varieties. What I was getting at is everything that's big, this batch, that batch there, the Day down there, and the Haas and all the tall ones, they're all going into 7 gallons. They'll go from $35 to $50.
Wow. I give your number out to a lot of people that ask me about avocados grown in the north. What are the cold hardy avocados? So what would they be, in your opinion, that can do good like in Orlando and so on?
Mexicola Grande, that'll take some cold. The Oro Negro, it takes some cold. The Haas will take some cold. Probably if it's going to get real cold there, the ones like Billy Hopkins had brought in from Texas and stuff. Fantastic. Fantastic, I think I liked it a little bit better than the other ones. The other ones to me, like Lila and Joey and things like that, they were just too small. Fantastic, little bigger, better fruit. Still a small fruit, but Fantastic is probably, if you're going to go north with an avocado, Fantastic. Brogdon, it takes some cold too.
Brogdon. Now, my Oro Negro was disappointing this year because I didn't get a big crop for a big tree. Is that typical for Oro Negro?
When did you trim it?
Well, I just trimmed it now. Last year, I didn't even trim it.
See, that's the thing. If you didn't trim it last year, I don't know. But when you trim the avocados, usually you will lose that year.
Sure. No, last year I didn't trim it.
Yeah.
I just trimmed it this week, hopefully for next year.
For next year,
I got early enough, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have a Marcus pumpkin tree, a big tree.
Monster, yeah.
How long have you had that tree for?
I had the tree before we built the house, so the tree's probably over 35 years old.
Okay. Now I know with mangoes, you're about a month behind us in West
Yeah.
Palm Beach. Is it the same with avocados?
Yeah, because you were saying you were eating the Marcus pumpkin down there. We've had a few of them. My wife took some with her to Tennessee, but I picked 3 of them for you this morning, and none of them the seed shook in it. In other words, they're not ready.
Well, up here, which is about a half hour north of West Palm, up here, when is the season for Marcus pumpkin?
Should have been October, November. So we did get some, but
It's a little later this year.
sometime the Marcus pumpkin gets so big they start coming off the tree. I had 2 of them out there on the ground that are rotted. That's because they hit the ground, split open. By the time I found them, there was ants in them.
For those that want that variety, do you sell that variety?
I do sell them sometimes. I did graft some. They're either in this row or the one over there.
What's your personal favorite tasting avocado?
Oro Negro and Brogdon. I like Brogdon. I don't care about the seed. Everybody says, oh, the seed's too big in it just to meet the red flesh ratio is no good. It's phenomenal. It's ready in July, August, September. There's not a whole lot that's real good out there, and to me, you can't beat the Brogdon. And we do the tuna pogie with it. So
You do the what with it?
they have tuna fish, and we mix the tuna in
With the avocado.
with the avocado, fresh tuna, not chicken of the sea or canned. No, this is fresh tuna. So we do that.
Okay.
But you can eat the avocados anyway. I tried the toast. I did the avocado toast. I crushed them up and put a little bit of sea salt and pepper and crushed some bacon up, and I had the toast, the avocado toast. It was good. I mean,
Well, I just picked off my tree. I got some Ronnie that's going to be coming in. Oro Negro is coming in soon. Maria Black. Do you sell Maria Black here?
this is all Maria Black.
Wow. Have you tried it?
I haven't.
It's nice. It's really nice. And I have one avocado on it this year, the first year. It's a truly dwarf tree. I mean, the tree's small and I still had it on there.
Well, that's a, you say truly dwarf. This is a dwarf. This is Utuado. It's a city in Puerto Rico. This is named after it. It's a dwarf. 10, 12 foot, not 40 feet.
Yeah.
Like I've heard you say before, you know, just because you say dwarf doesn't mean it's going to be 3 feet tall.
Just means it grows slower.
It grows slower. People have told me, oh, the Utuado's not a dwarf. Mine is 10, 12 foot tall. I said, that's a dwarf. I mean, when you say avocado, like my Marcus pumpkin, we trim it with a chainsaw. It gets
Now you can do that. Now tell me, I know if you take a mango that's a vigorous tree and you cut it back, it might not fruit as well if it's too small. But with an avocado, if it's a humongous tree and you cut it back, it'll still fruit well. Is that true or not true?
It takes another year or two for it to start. Takes a while for them to start back up. I'm sure, whatever. This is the Monastera.
Yeah.
This is the ground cover I have. The ice cream bean, it's taken a beating from the storms, but
Wow, look at that. How
Look in
much
here.
is that?
and there's some in there. I picked ones for one of the girls the other day.
See, with the space you got, you can do this. If you had just this area, you couldn't. This got to be a walking path.
I know.
And it takes over.
That's what everybody tells me. They said, oh, you can plant so much more. They don't understand. I can't take care of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, this grows like a weed, right?
Oh yeah, and it's been here since this tree and the lychee tree there were planted before the house, and the house is 35 years old.
How do you keep these from climbing up the tree?
They just never have.
Okay.
They all stay low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I will trim this tree back. My road is getting smaller and smaller. The trees keep encroaching onto the road. Me, I want to cut the tree back. Just move the road. I am going to take a lot of.
Clean it up.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to go back far. Like this big whole limb's got to come off.
Now, I was just down in Homestead, and my friend had a whole farm of these, and he said the season's just about over. He picked one for me, but he said he sold out and everything, and the season's just about over till next year. How does it work here with your season of this fruit?
They just keep coming all the time.
All the time?
Yeah, if we can go through here. Okay, we don't have to go far. There's two right there. There's two right there. And you know when they flower, you've got about a year, 11, 12 months for it to be ripe. they take forever to ripen. There's all kinds of fruit in there. Kind of walk around the water here. Yeah, you've seen the grafting. I do a lot of grafting. I've had people question me that. Is this just you buy and resell? I buy from people. I buy from Zill. I buy from a couple other people. I can't do everything. I'm better doing avocados and star fruit and the Atemoyas. I have the lady working with me on them. I buy the mangoes. I've done them before. I get a few to take. I've got a couple little Angies right here. I did these, unless I moved them way down there. I don't know. Now here's a couple right here I did, and then down there is a couple I had gotten from one of the places. This is a couple Angies I did. It just takes me a while to do them. I got these Angies. I've got some Kingston Pride. Just you can't find Kingston Pride, so I did that. But I can't. And Zill does better, and a couple other people do better with the mangoes than me. So I just buy them. I mean, you know.
Well, besides these amazing trees you have, your farm, the trees you have there are absolutely
and that's what I was saying.
Treasure.
A lot of this stuff takes time. And that's the field over there is the one that flooded, and it stayed wet for months.
Recently?
A couple years back, the Atemoyas are starting to come back a little bit better. I had white sapote, I had canistel, and I had jackfruit, and those right there where the boat and the trailer is.
Yeah.
They were in water, and white sapote, canistels, jackfruit, they don't like water.
They don't like sitting.
They don't like to sit in it. We'll come around here and I'll show you a couple of my plants. This is a big gem I got from one of the guys down in West Palm. Okay, this is, maybe, if I can read it.
Big Jim. Now this is what, apricot?
Loquat.
Loquat.
Yeah, loquat. This is two of them. Campbell, and the Campbell didn't take. And Bonita Springs. So, you can see the graft. Right here's the graft. This one right here is still Redland. This trunk is Redland. This is Redland all the way to here. This is Bonita Springs. Woo! A little bit of wind here. That's one there. That's the Redland.
It's a good thing you're labeling them. It's very important.
Oh yeah, if you don't label them, you won't know. This is McDill.
McDill, okay.
That's McDill.
I'm about to get one of those. Have you tasted McDill yet?
I don't remember.
Okay.
When you get my age, it's excusable. In May, in 6 months, I'll be 70.
Okay.
So that's what everybody says. Oh,
Well, if you stay away from the sugar, your memory will last forever.
Well, that's what they say. This is a little Redland I tried to graft. They didn't like the heat this summer. I think it's better to do them in the fall or the spring.
I have a rootstock and it's not growing, so I'm going to graft something onto it. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes.
This is a Redland, and then there's another Redland down there.
Everybody, these are white sapotes, and now that one's not for sale. That's yours, right?
Yeah, that's mine. This one's sold.
That one's sold.
Sold.
These are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I sell out of them very quickly. That's, you know.
Are you going to be getting more in, or?
I don't get more in of these usually. I graft these myself.
Okay.
I've got about 10 seeds up there to start, and I was getting some of my seed from one of the places down south, the Fruit and Spice Park. That's where I was getting seed. Everything was cleaned up off the grounds. You know, somebody was getting seed too besides me. So anyway,
now when it comes to white sapote, is there a particular seed that's better rootstock than another, or they're all good?
I pick mainly everything that I'm pulling down there is off the Redland one.
Okay.
Redland, and sometimes there's just thousands of fruit down there. All right, let's just walk down this. This is custard apple. This is the Mexican yellow. This is the Mexican yellow. This is a different one. I'm going to try to put this on Montana. That's Charlotta. Tropic Sun. These are from Australia. I shouldn't be saying that. Okay. That is a yellow custard apple from Cuba. That has a different name. These two are from friends of mine. They're seedling or whatever. This is Tropic Sun. That's the Australian. This is Gefner off a lady has the Gefner, and it's a huge fruit. I use her budwood instead of mine. I have a Gefner down there. I have nice little fruit. Hers is monster. So what do? I take it from the better tree. Dream. Oh, Colostro. And this is PPC, Priestley, Lisa. That's a Gefner. Okay, these are very hard to come by. This is the durian Atamoya. Not the stinking onion smelling fruit, but this is an Atamoya. Huge fruit and very spiky. I got these from a guy on the West Coast, Tim something. Nice guy. Very, very knowledgeable. He's not afraid to share information with you. This is Giant Atis. Okay, this right here is Giant Atis, and this is the durian. He approach grafted it. That's where he cut it off at. This one came out real pretty. This right here coming up, Giant Atis. The little bud right there, Giant Atis. This whole stem right up to where he approach grafted it. This is the durian.
Who named it durian?
I have no idea.
Wow, durian Atamoya.
Very hard to get.
Well, not anymore. These are going to be for sale eventually, right?
No, someday maybe, but they'll be in 35s before I ever sell them, because we're going to try to do the budwood off them. Now, Zane down at Zane's World, my friend, him and Rob, those are some good people. He grafted a couple this year, and he just cleft grafted them and got them to take.
Wow.
So I don't know how many he's going to keep, because I was trying to get him to sell them to me, but he wouldn't do it. He wanted to keep them for himself. So I found these, and when you find something unusual and it's for sale and you want it,
get it.
You buy it.
Yeah.
You don't, I'll come back next week, because it won't be there. I mean, there's this is a very hard to get plant. There's a lady that this guy knows.
Have you tasted the fruit?
No.
Okay.
They say it's a good one. They say this Atis is a good one too. And then these are all bigger ones. That's a Big Lisa. I think Big Lisa's Super Lisa. A couple different ones. The one that says red sugar, it's not. It's green. When you do red sugar apples from seed, you get this red sugar apple, which has green fruit. It's not red. Just because you plant red seed doesn't mean you're going to get red fruit. It reverts back. So I kept this one, waiting to see if it was going to be red fruit, green. Because everybody wanted to buy it from me. Oh, I'll buy it. I said, I don't know what it is. So I kept it, and this year it fruited, and it's not. But these are all starting to look ratty already. I mean, between the wind and whatever, it's not the cold. I think it's the daylight. I think the daylight switches. But that's them. Now,
look at that, everybody. That's his carry tree over there. Look at that.
Which one?
The carry mango.
Oh, the carry, yeah.
Let me see if I can. Wow. How old is that tree?
Old.
Now, is it a waste of time to keep it that tall? Because
I don't have to trim them, because we can pull the truck up right here by them, get up on top of the truck.
Okay.
My son's daredevil. I'm older and wiser. I don't get up on a ladder on the truck. He'll pull the truck up there, get up on the ladder, and use the picker to pick them. The lychee, same thing. They say that's way too big. How do you get the fruit? We come in there with a cherry picker and go up in the bucket and pick all the fruit and whatever. But my house is behind those trees. You see it? No, that's what I like. And if somebody said, aren't you scared living back up in there and hiding the trees? At the time they said that, we had 3 Rottweilers, and they were loose in the nursery at night. We have 10 catch dogs, hog dogs in the back there, and some of them are loose at night. So if you want to come in and night and take your chances, go ahead. because they're not nice dogs. They can be vicious. This is a persimmon, same thing. They're starting to look ratty now. I got fruit off of this one this year. Little small tree.
What variety is that?
This is the South Florida, the Triumph.
Okay.
Not the Triumph. The South Florida,
Hudson.
the Hudson. Tropical.
Yeah.
Okay, that's this one here. I'll clean up around it. Like I said, that's what everybody said. Oh, you got so much room, you could do so much more. This piece right here was my greenhouse. We took it down. It was just getting way too old, dangerous. I'd like to put another one back up. It just all depends. Depends on how long I hold up. I told my wife, I said, you know, when I can't do this anymore, we're going to sell it because it's worth a chunk of change. I mean, but I enjoy this. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy my customers. I enjoy the fruit. I mean, but it's getting to the point, you know, I didn't work out here very much this summer in the afternoons. I'd work in the pad in the morning. I'd work in the shade in the afternoon. I was grafting in the spring. You know, we graft inside the house on the kitchen table there. So, but as far as working out here in 95, 97 degrees in the sun, I can't take it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. This is Luke's. The wind is blowing it a little bit. I was going to stake it back up. I've had flowers on it. I had male and female flowers.
What is it?
Luke's Garcinia.
Okay.
The big one. That's the Achacha. I think you've tasted my fruit on this tree.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
phenomenal. I grafted some of these. Very slow grower, very slow grower. Longan, that's sea shampoo. We took a lot of air layers off it.
Okay. What's tilted over there?
Pardon?
What's tilted over there?
Looks like the wind got a guava.
Guava.
That's Barbie Pink. I know it is because I just had a couple fruit off of it. Some of the better fruit that I've had, whether, you know, and you let the stuff get ripe on the tree, and it was phenomenal. I love guavas. I understand why people like, you know, the different ones that they have out now.
If you leave them on a tree long, do you find they get worms, or
If you bag them,
if you bag them, they get the worms?
No, if you bag them, they don't
get the worms.
They don't get
Okay.
the worms. I think while they're hard, you don't have to worry about it. It's when they start to turn yellow and get soft, then they get stung. But I had a couple of them bagged. I had them bagged because I knew I wanted to eat them. There's three kinds. There's the white, big white one, seedless. That was from one of the boys down south. Ruby Supreme and Barbie Pink. And they've got some neat looking ones now. Not too crazy about these Longans. This one's called Elin. I'm not crazy about it. Some people like it. These are my favorite. This one in the sea shampoo. This is BQ. BQ is an excellent Longan. The groves like to plant Kohala. Kohala because it's highly productive. It's not as good at tasting as this. I don't care about high production. I care about flavor. These are for me. So
When was your season on this?
August, September.
Before or after lychee?
After.
After.
Lychee be into May, June, July. But all depends. There's different ones. These things are phenomenal. Just a little candy.
Those are the lemon
drop. Yeah.
lemon drop. Yep. Now those can grow in a pot quite well, right?
Yeah, it's a very slow grower. These trees are old. They've been in here for a while. Okay. Now that's that big monstrous.
Yeah, I'll put a
Ginger
link to
bee
the video, everybody, below of him trimming this tree up. And my trees just got fruit on them, baby fruit on them. The flowers turned to fruit. How about you up here?
Yeah, this is all fruit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Just like that, everybody. Check that out.
Now last time it was ripe in October, and I had 2 crops on it that year. This year I didn't get a early crop, and now we're getting it now. This is the Thai Giant. This is the Thai Giant. This is the one that I've been pulling the seed off of. same thing. This limb here needs to get cut off so I can mow and stuff in here. It's full of flowers and new seed. You can't cut this limb off.
Sure.
This is what you wait for, you know? So after I get the seed off of it, I'll cut this limb back. That's that one. All different kinds of sapodillas. The big beautiful one there is Alano. I wish I had 1,000 trees that were big and looked like that. And
do you cut that back at all?
I knocked the top of it out because it had broke. So I trimmed it, and it just, instead of growing up, it's filling out and getting beautiful. It was loaded with.
And how old are these? Because these don't look as well. Are they newer?
They're probably not as old. But
do you have the butterscotch?
I have a couple of them up there.
I think we discussed that in the past.
In the past, yeah. I've got a couple in whatever.
Mine are flowering. Mine.
Are they?
I mean, they might have fruit on them, a lot of fruit.
That's
so
good.
we'll get to taste them.
Here's one we can discuss a little bit. The brown grass.
Yeah, what's up with that's hay or grass?
No, that's grass. That's whatever.
So I see your rose coming in like that. So what are you doing with that?
Pardon?
What are you doing with it? Is that just...
Well, that's what I got in trouble for before on the video, but spraying it. I use Roundup. I mean, and that's what I've told people. I said, you don't get it on you. You stay away from it. You know, you wear gloves, you wear the boots, you spray, wear long pants, then you go take a shower or whatever. Don't drink it. You know, that's the ticket. Don't drink it. As far as people getting cancer and stuff from it, I don't think it's the homeowners that are getting it. That's the lawyers out there, shysters, trying to blame Monsanto on everything. I'm not no big Monsanto fan, but, you know, I don't think it's homeowners. I think it was the guys that were working in the fields and stuff, and they were spraying them. They, you know, guys are out there picking or whatever, and they're out there doing it, and they get the chemical sprayed on them. You know, I mean.
What about if you put it around the tree and the tree grows?
Take it up? No.
The fruit won't get it in the inside?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if somebody wants to really research that, they would have to come out here, pick some of my fruit when it's ripe and test it. Because I've been spraying it forever. I mean, I have to. I can't not take care of this place without it. I mean, I saw one of the boys that he was saying, oh, you know, we weed the road and it
But
takes...
if you had a small yard with your own trees, not a nursery, a quarter acre, I mean, would you still easily use it, or would you say, well, in that case, I wouldn't chance it?
If you had 10 trees or 20 trees, no, you could do it yourself.
Okay.
You know, no, it's not the best thing to have around, whatever, but yeah, you could, if you have a few trees, but I do these, this last 3 rows here, I haven't got done yet.
But from a tree standpoint, you think it's fine, the fruit's fine if you...
I don't think it doesn't affect the fruit. No, like I say, somebody could take it and, you know, take it to a lab and go in there and test it and do whatever and, you know, figure out better than me. But, I mean, I know people have been, you know, all the food that you're getting in the grocery store, it's been used Roundup on it. I mean, you know, you want to buy poison, go to Publix. You know, they sell you all the poison food you want to buy.
Yeah, yeah.
We've you know, we eat healthy. You know, and like I said, I don't, you know, the big farms can't do without it. That's the, like I said, I told you before, that's to feed the masses, the people that live in the cities. What are they going to do? No food? You know, you have to do something.
Yeah, yeah. So in planting these trees, remind us again, because I can't do a video without asking this question. What's the spacing on your trees?
The rows are 20 foot apart. The mangoes are 20 foot apart. Sapodillos are a little bit closer because, you know, they don't get as huge as the mangoes. You can see this mango I topped this year because it was really getting out of hand. I topped that lemon zest again this year. I trim them up. We can walk over this.
So why do we have these brown grass rows? Is that just a dead Roundup that killed it?
The row over there was done before. It's already,
So that's when you spray Roundup,
it dies back.
it kills it like that.
Yeah, it kills it.
Okay.
And then it dies back.
Okay.
But that's that.
Well, there are some people that are doing this row gardening now where they have a situation like this and they'll put certain edible crops between the trees in the row actually, saying it helps the tree and it also feeds them at the same time. Yeah.
You know, that's what everybody tells me. Oh, you could do this and that and whatever and plant more in here. You have to take care of it. That's like you said, if I did something in there. Down there on the other side where my dirt pile is, I just put a little patch of strawberries, just like you're saying, in between two of the bigger mango trees. I just don't have the time.
Would you use Roundup on the strawberries?
No.
No. So those you think it's an issue?
Well, we're going to have to hand weed around. It's just a little, it's a 20-foot section. I think there's 20 plants in there or whatever.
Now, being 20 feet away on those mangoes, would you plant a banana in between there if you had the time, or that's too big, or what do you think?
Banana? No, I would plant lower things.
Okay.
Little lower crop stuff. Any of your small trees or anything that's going to come out.
Because dwarf bananas will stay pretty low.
Yeah. But
and you have an amazing selection of fruit
the trees, yeah. I'll let you see right down here. This is what somebody does that's obsessed with fruit trees. I have 50 big mango trees, right?
Yep. 50 big mango trees. Amazing.
I just planted 3 more.
Which 3? Oh, the small ones.
Yeah,
here.
there's 3 small ones there.
And everybody, if you come here during mango season, you get to taste a lot of these. What did you plant there?
Watch this hole right here.
So this is what he's planted, and he's tasted a lot of them. And let's see what he picked as 3 he wanted to add.
Raw honey.
Raw honey. Okay. Now, are these 3 your favorite that you added them? Or?
I added them because I don't have them. That's fruit punch, and the one next to it's fruit punch. Phenomenal. Venus. Phenomenal. You know. So would I plant another Venus? I have one. I can only eat so much fruit, you know. And we eat it all year long. People say, what do you do with all the fruit? Well, this year we sold nothing. The year before was such a bumper crop. Everybody had mangoes. We were selling them. We sold mangoes from May until September. You know, all summer long we had mangoes. This year, people were calling me, are you going to have mangoes this year? No. We had mangoes, but me, my wife, my son, his wife, his 3 kids, my other son, his wife, his 3 kids. I think the family loves them, you know, and so.
Well, I freeze them too, and I'll have them for a long time.
Yeah, we do that. We make leathers for the kids. We make ice. One of the ladies makes ice cream. Oh, phenomenal.
Yep, we do that. White sapote frozen is even better. It's amazing. Yeah. So, okay, you got raw honey. What are the other 2 you planted?
I don't know. They're on the map.
Okay.
There's not a tag on them, I don't think. The whole place is mapped out too. Let me stress that to people. Even if you have a small yard and you're going to plant 5 or 10 trees, write the names down. These tags, they don't stay on them. As you can see, there's no tags on these 2.
So the idea would be, if somebody was growing this, you just put in mango trees 20 feet apart. That's going to take quite a while to fill in that space. So there's several different ways people do it. Tell me what you think about this. So Alex, for example, at Tropical Acres Farms will plant, and he has a commercial grove. He'll put the mangoes 16 feet apart, and he'll plant another mango in the middle, because you'll get mangoes on this for 4 or 5 years before they become too big. And in the one in the middle, he can get mangoes for 4 or 5 years,
and then he takes it out and puts it in the
either take it out and sell it, move it, or get rid, or just chop it down. He's still got more use out of it. Yeah, he got
the fruit. Yeah, because Alex is making money selling the fruit. I know he's doing.
But even just to have a different variety, would you consider planting another variety between these 10 feet?
I just can't take care of what I got. You understand that?
Sure,
I mean, if I was making millions of dollars and had help in here doing it, and I walked out the door and told them to go do this or cut the grass, just cutting the grass in the summer's a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I understand.
You know,
now what about, like, so besides just doing another mango, like again, if you have room to put
anything.
anything there. Because it's going to be a while before that closes up.
This is all on irrigation.
There you go. Well, there's not that much work for like a banana.
No, but
You know. But bananas are actually time consuming in general because you got to cut them when you harvest them. And
yeah, and you have to plant them and you have to fertilize them, and you know, I've got 2 batches of bananas on the dwarf Namois down there.
Okay. So tell us about the mangoes here. Of all these mangoes here, what's your favorite?
The one you're eating at the time.
Okay,
that's a trick question.
That's a trick answer.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, I haven't got any fruit off of my pineapple pleasure. It's this one here. Gorgeous tree. I haven't got anything yet.
Last year we had a bunch.
My cousin gets a lot on his. I think this is Edwards. I say the whole place is mapped out. I know most of them. This is Pineapple Pleasure. Phenomenal. Just a great, great mango. I love this one. And then I've got some different ones in there. Providence, just a great, big, huge, old mango. That's a good one. There you go. That little tree over there, that's Blackie from Jamaica.
Wow.
Do I like the fruit? No, terrible. It's a small Jamaican mango, stringy. I don't like it, but I have a lot of Jamaican people that come here and they take all the fruit. I give it to them. That's one I don't sell the fruit on. I am going to graft that tree.
It's in demand.
Well, they're grafting that tree for me right now.
Good.
But we'll have some of those grafted. But you know, a lot of these mangoes that Gary did, they're just phenomenal. I mean,
yeah. And there's some new ones that come out now that I don't know if you know about them, but Chris at Truly Tropical has one called Lemonish. It's supposed to be like a lemon zest, but be even more lemon flavor. She has a few others. And a lot of people like me have mangoes that end up growing in a yard, and they're saying, hey, I'm going to name that, and here's a new mango.
I have one in the back there where when I come through here, I'll pick up all the fruit. I have the tracking trailer and the little John Deere lawn tractor. I come here through with that in a 15-gallon pot, picking up all the mangoes that are on the ground that aren't salvageable. Now, I will cut half of the mango off and eat that or whatever, and then the bad side, whatever, goes to the pigs. Well, we were feeding pigs back there for years, and go back there, and there's a mango tree back there with mangoes on it. We tasted the fruit 2 years ago, phenomenal. We had it this year, phenomenal. So we have a mango that we're probably...
What's the name you're calling it?
I don't know. We'll name
calling it the I don't know mango.
The I don't know.
Okay.
We'll name it something.
What's this? You have no idea what is the seedling from, though, right?
No, just it could have been from any of these. I'm just like I said, we just come through here with the thing and pick up a 15-gallon pot. I go back there and give it to the animals. This 5 trees right here, I know it's been on your videos before. These are all coconut cream. Gary was at the nursery, I think, the first time I ever tasted one of these, and I just thought it was phenomenal. It was probably the best tasting coconut cream I ever tasted. My trees, I get a few fruit on them, not a lot. I don't know why. Even the year that it was good, I got a few, but not a lot. I have 5 big trees. And everybody says, oh, they grow straggly and whatever. Trim them. These trees aren't ugly. You just trim them. Trim them up, trim all the twisted limbs off, and keep them up. Valencia Pride, that was one of the last fruit to come off that tree. This is the Venus. This starts Carrie, and then on the end is 2 Angies. But that's that.
Great selection.
That's these. Now, the front 330 feet, I've been meaning to do it forever. I need to get a machine in there because I tried doing it by hand. That's impossible. I want to remove all that trash out of the front there, and I want to put the whole thing in avocados. Nice. I can cover just about the whole year except for a few months in the summer. And there's things out there like Donnie and stuff like that that are fruit. I don't want it.
No. Well, you know about the new Apme?
Yes.
The Donnie Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want that one. Yeah. Trust me, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to get that.
You can have avocados all year easily now. It's really...
That would be, Apme is April, May.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd like to do that one. Way down there towards that brown trailer is a little cogshaw. Little short, not a dwarf tree. It'll get to be huge. Very slow growing. I just cut the one up here in the front, trimmed it back.
Not my favorite tasting one, but
it's not a bad fruit. I mean, that's you know, I like it. But you can do so much with the different fruit.
oh yeah.
It's fantastic.
And one of your favorites that isn't the most productive, but ice cream. I know you have 2 of them.
I have a beautiful ice cream.
Yeah.
I got a lot of fruit off of it this year. It's very good. It's very good.
Everybody, 20 by 20 is, if you have the space, that's the way to go.
And then you, like you said, you can plant in between them. Just don't think that you're wasting 20 foot, because you're not. The rows, yes, but you see how my trees are. And I had somebody talking about, oh, you don't trim your trees. I trim them when they need it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna top these trees down here. They're pulling budwood off of some of them still.
Yeah.
So
great, man. Well, tell everybody the best way to contact you, because you don't have a website, but you have a Facebook page, right?
I do the Facebook page. That'd be Trees, the letter N, More, one word, Trees and More. You can do that. You can call me, 772-781-9570. That's my phone ringing and buzzing all the time while I'm sitting here trying to talk to Paul. I always text people the address. I put Trees and More, fruit trees, and then my address, and put the phone number. If you have any trouble finding me, call me.
Yeah, I'm going to put that link below. Not only does he have the best prices around, but every now and then he gets on Facebook and he says, all right, I got these trees at this price. Come and get them now. Sometimes they're a bunch of trees, and sometimes just one tree. It'll be like, I got this 15-gallon tree. Come get it cheap. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
I put specials out there to get people in here. I'll put a tree that, you know, it's a $50 tree or whatever, and I'll sell it for 40. I love seeing your
specials. I love it.
Yeah, I put them out there, and it brings people in. It's a promotional thing.
It's great. Yeah, your place is great. All right, everybody, there it was. That is Mike, Trees and More. The link is below. The phone number is below. This is a place you definitely want to visit. I love coming to this place. I'm going to come here a lot more. When those trees have fruit on them, we'll be here eating them, tasting them, and we'll definitely be back here in the summer looking at all this. And I don't have enough room for trees, but I keep coming back to get trees at Trees and More. So definitely contact Mike at the link below, the phone number below. Thanks for having us out.
No, thanks for coming, Paul.
All
Always do well when you come out.
Everybody, have a great day and keep growing. For more educational videos about mangoes and other fruits and how to grow fruit trees, please look out the other videos on this channel, Fruitful Trees, and also subscribe if you like, and also share these videos with others. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.